Snowbirds and Pellston look up 0-4 and also dealing with that. Tip-off just moments away.
Thanks and prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, we thank you for the gift of athletics. May we give you glory in everything that we do, in the way that we play, and in the respect that we have for others. Mary, Our Lady of Carmel,
Pray for us.
in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Please remain standing as I draw your attention to the flag of the United States of America, and join us in honoring our God and country with singing our national anthem by Gavin Bevel. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the black road on high, for the backwards we run, were so gallantly streaming, and the
red. Oh. Take that out.
Thank you very much. Now, Wenzel, thanks for joining the broadcast. What are your expectations for the Snowbirds tonight? Absolutely. So, tip-off underway. First
All right, hello, welcome to Next Level Broadcasting, and my apologies, it looks like you were unable to hear us. Well, hopefully, at this point now you can hear us as we are already midway through this first quarter. Brody Jeffers got the first score of the contest tonight for the Snowbirds.
A lot of contact on that last shot by Brody.
Yeah, a lot of missed shots early on for both teams. It's a 2-0 ball game, 6 minutes in the first quarter. We have an out of bounds that will make possession go to St. Mary's. So St. Mary's, we mentioned this at the beginning before we had audio. They're 5-1 coming into this contest, undefeated in conference play, and they're taking on a conference opponent who has yet to win a game. This Pellston Hornets team has even had to cancel games at times due to lack of numbers.
And already a couple turnovers on both ends.
Pellston able to drive down. They get a score by number 5 there for the Hornets. That's Lathan Griffith. And Snowbirds with possession. Brody Jeffers fouled. Looks like it was on number 5, Lathan Griffiths, or let's say number 23 actually. It's Kobe Dyer. So yeah, this might not be a big contest on paper with both of these teams in Ski Valley Conference, but one of them clearly a dominant force in the Ski Valley, the other one struggling to get some wins. As that three-pointer does wiggle in, number 12, Josh Grondin got the 3 for the Hornets. But with that said, this could be a little trap game for St. Mary's, dealing with a Hornets team that has yet to get a win, and maybe they're looking for an upset tonight. St. Mary's the other way, driving, moving quickly.
Now, we talked about knocking the rust off at our Bel Air game after Christmas break. The same thing kind of happens on weekends. The Monday game, you can see these guys aren't all on their A game yet, trying to get ready to pick it up for the rest of the game.
Right, so yeah, maybe Mondays are tough for me as well. Just going to work on a daily basis on Mondays is tough, but yeah, we'll easily get in the swing of things even when they start a little slow at times. They are quick to jump right back. So we do have some free throws at the line. It's Lucas, that's Dylan Croft, who made it through the foul line quite a bit in the previous contest. Win against Manzanilla. Makes the first one there. And Nick, go to you real quick. What's St. Mary's, one of the top teams in the Ski Valley. What are some other Ski Valley teams you expect to give St. Mary's trouble this season?
I'm looking to see Forest Johannesburg, Lewiston, Cardinals. They've been pretty good this season, last season. They could give the Snowbirds some pretty big trouble here at the start of the season.
And now the other way we go. I do have so it's 6-2. St. Mary's with the lead so far.
And the travel call on that one. Some Pellston players look a little upset about that. Nice long pass by Bevel. Get down the court. Almost another turnover.
Donovan Bloost up top with the 3. That doesn't fall, so the Hornets go the other way with a rebound. In transition, 2-on-3. St. Mary's gets back. Croft on the defense. Pellston on their drive. We're going to get a little foul. It looks like Jacobson maybe got caught on the reach-in. That is going to be a foul on Daniel Jacobson, his first personal as well. And once again, I apologize with the audio issues we were having at the beginning of the game, and I believe you should hear us now. I want to thank everyone for coming in to tonight's broadcast. We do have a doubleheader. Varsity guys first, varsity girls second. So 6-2 is the score, 4:38 in the first quarter. I do want to thank Daniel Powers and Nick Wenzel joining me on the broadcast. So Alex Powers running the program. We've got Johnny on the camera. So with that turnover, the backcourt violation. St. Mary's the other way, and a quick, good score. That's Dylan Croft for 2.
And Dylan Croft always fun to watch.
So it is 8-2 now. Dylan Croft and Brody Jeffers, the 2 Snowbirds on the board so far, as Pellston misses the jump away fader. That one rims out. 2 shots, neither fall for Pellston. Now Brody Jeffers the other way. Gets a little Euro inside, that falls. Jeffers, their leading scorer this season, their dominant star, and And we'll go ahead and with a 10-2 Snowbird lead, 4:04 remaining in the first quarter, we'll take a full timeout and a full break here.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. 30 seconds left in the timeout. Do want to take a second. Daniel, tell us about Schultz Party Store. Schultz, I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. And of course, we're starting with Schultz Party Store, one of our many great sponsors here on the Next Level Broadcasting.
Now, we've heard this one before, but all Snowbird fans know that Ski Valley away games mean traveling north on I-75. Stop in on your trip to Schultz Marathon Party Store in Wolf.
Hey, there we go, Schultz Party Store, one of our many great sponsors here on Next Level Broadcasting. As out of the timeout, the Pellston Hornets move right to left, sporting the all yellow or gold with the brown stripe. They go baseline. Brody Jeffers tips it, and out of our vision, it's going to be out of bounds, stays with the Hornets. Brody Jeffers was trying to plead his case, but we'll see. And it looks like the referees accidentally gave the wrong hand signal. They're going to give it to St. Mary's. It was touched last by the Hornets. Also, Hornets, they're starting with this full court press early on, but a quick slice of that full court. Croft inside, hands off to Blues. Blues is going to bounce it back out top.
And once again, St. Mary's athleticism. No trouble on that press breaker.
Absolutely. So really good athleticism. They really kind of carved that full court press immediately. We do have a substitution checking in. Our first substitution, that is Riley Metowski, who we saw practicing some dunks pregame. Nick Wenzel, you think if you had all the money on the line, could you make a dunk tonight?
I could.
You could. Okay, good. I would not. I, on the other hand, would not make a dunk. I'm just not athletic. Hornets out of bounds. It will be off the foot of Bevel.
Another three-point attempt, too, out by Bevel. Still getting into the swing of things.
Now Hornets with it. It's Jacobson guarding closely. It's number 5, Lath Griffith, with possession for the Hornets. He looks inside, baseline, a nice up and in. That's good by number 1, Jack Schmaldereis.
A wonderful assist there.
So Hornets have 4 now with the Snowbirds turning it over. And ball's loose. Hornets bring it back in. They've got possession. Moving down the court, inside, ball's loose once again. A lot of loose balls so far. Turned over. St. Mary's now in transition. Brody Jeffers quickly back out top to Bevel. Bevel loses possession. That's going to be off his knee, and officials will call it the other way. So now, also at this time, I want to thank some of our officials tonight. Danny Hewitt, Mark Carson, Tom Johnson, making the calls for, I believe, both games tonight. So shout out to Pellston Hornets. Their cheer team is in the building. As we have a high floater for the Hornets. That one's not going to fall. Brody Jeffers, fast break the other way, left side. Make it count. Jeffers, good.
Starting to clean things up a little bit, sorry. And I think Coach Dale Jacobs sees some sloppiness, and from what I hear from my brother who took him as a coach, he's not big on that. He wants everything to be perfect, good fundamentals.
We got a three-pointer there. That's number 5, Lath Griffith, who has 5 points now for his Hornets. Quick answer. Yeah, as you're saying, Coach Dale Jacob, not a fan of sloppy play, and he's going to get quickly on it. We'll see. We just have just over a minute 40 remaining in this first quarter. Snowbirds still with the lead, but a lot of sloppy ball handling early on. We'll see how they clean that up as we have some substitutions checked in for both sides.
I imagine Pellston, too, is not happy with the number of turnovers at the start of this game.
Right. You're already struggling in the regular season to games, and dealing with turnovers early on is not the way to start. So St. Mary's getting their offensive work in. Brody Jeffers
And Gavin Bevel, the quarterback there, is just bypassing that whole press all the way down the court to Dylan Croft.
Corner three, Brody Jeffers no good, but he was fouled, so that's a nice look because he gets to go to the line for three free throws. Fouls number 10, Garrett Cameron, his first personal. Now Brody Jeffers at the line to shoot three free throws. It is 12-7, 1:27 remaining in this first quarter. That first one good there by Jeffers. So he's got two more at the line. And hey, you make all three of these, it's probably one of the easier three-pointers we have in the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, nothing, no defense, nothing stopping you. It's all just muscle memory. Try to get that shot in.
Nick Wenzel, can you tell me how important free throws are in a contest, that especially close contest? How important is it to make those free throws?
It is very important. You know, you got to make sure. The ultimate key to basketball is make sure you make your free throws every time you go to the line. Because if you make your free throws, you can give your team more points and more credit.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a lot of times you see some of these close games that are decided by less than 10 points. Most of those times, all your free throws being made prevents that. So now St. Mary's gets the steal the other way. That's Bevel, takes it himself. He shows no fear, makes it good for two. Gavin Bevel now on the chart for the Snowbirds.
Two new players in for the Snowbirds. We have both Hogan McKinley and Donovan Blues checked back in.
So both teams just back and forth on turning it over. They're just kind of playing hot potato. And Snowbirds have it in transition. Ryland, he's over to McKinley. Ryland has it now. Metalski over to Bevel. Bevel cross court. McKinley, he's guarded closely, trying to find an open player. He's got Ryland inside, but defense swipes it away. 2-on-3. And Pellston, they knocked one down. That was number 5. Dave Griffith. Laith Griffith. Two-pointer. And a nice look by Bevel. He answers quickly down the court before I could even look up.
That was a good move by Gavin right there.
And now inside a foul call. That'll be one of the first fouls called on St. Mary's, so they've been good early on, not committing a whole lot of fouls, but that one's going to be on number 12. Did I see that correctly?
I believe 18. No?
I see an 18 for us.
Oh, 13. There we
13.
go.
So
13, Hogan McKinley.
McKinley with his first personal, and at the line, Laith Griffith for the Snowbirds. First one off the front rim and out. We do have the substitution check for Hale DeFrance for the Hornets. 19-9 scores. St. Mary's with the lead. It's 20 seconds now in this first quarter. That second one does fall by Griffith. So St. Mary's dealing with under 20 seconds and counting. Bevel trying to cross court against his press. Trying to avoid the trap. Keeping his eyes up court. Tries to get it inside the Croft, no good. The other way, 2-on-4. Pellston splits the defense. That's a good two-pointer by Logan Kaiser. And time expires. That one rims out.
Close to the last second shot with Bevel.
Bevel very close there, so that will end the first quarter of play, and we'll go to our halftime or our quick sponsor break, and we'll have the second quarter of action right on the other side of this on Next Level Broadcast. Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. I'm your host, Brendan Morris. Joining me, Nick Wenzel, Daniel Bowers. Also, thank you, Alex Bowers, and Johnny on the camera, helping out with tonight's broadcast. I want to thank J&J Construction. Home renovation projects can be tricky, and oftentimes we can get overwhelmed with trying to do it ourselves. That's where the pros of J&J come in. With years of experience, trust your building needs to J&J Construction. 19-12 is the score with the first quarter over. Now we go into second quarter, 8 minutes. We'll see what St. Mary's has in this quarter. What'd you like in that first quarter, Nick, as far as St. Mary's play?
You know, I like that they were very aggressive, like I said earlier, and you know they did some really good work there. They had a lot of good fancy shots. They they played smart basketball, not trying to foul them. You know, they got after it, like Coach said, and you know they're just working hard as a team.
Absolutely, well said, Nick. And yeah, had a lot of good inside looks by Jeffers, and Bevel kind of got into action as well late in that first quarter. So a lot of good looks, but still some sloppy play on both sides. Daniel, the sloppy play. Obviously, you kind of mentioned Coach not gonna want to keep that around. Dale Jacobs pretty strict on that. What do you think could limit the sloppy play this quarter for the Snowbirds?
You know, like we said, it could be a case of the Mondays. After not touching the ball all weekend, you're not used to it. You're just sitting around. It's just some time playing, gets you back into the swing of things, and just focusing up. It's all a mental game.
Absolutely, yeah. 80% mental, as they say, and that one rims out by Bevel and Jacobson, that was. And now St. Mary's on the defensive side. And that one's stolen away. Jacobson the other way. Played a big game against Mansalona, and that win. No good there by Bevel, but yeah, Jacobson was really one of those unsung heroes of the Mansalona win. Put up a lot of points and also just really good on the transition game. Shot no good by the Hornets. They moved around. Still around the perimeter, right side, inside. No good, it's blocked.
Nice. Blues with the block.
Donovan Blues gets in the way, and that'll be out of bounds. Looks like Ryland is checking in for Snowbirds. And a few substitutions now checking in for the Hornets as well. So out of bounds, it was off of Blues. It'll stick with Hornets now. They inbound it. Tough defense. Blues just rips it away, but they're going to call a jump ball. It will actually stay with Pellston. Possession stays with Pellston. They'll flip that arrow. Next jump ball now will go to St. Mary's.
I think just one more second, Donovan would have had it there.
Right, yeah, and sometimes that makes you're frustrated. You grab it, and right when you get possession, they blow the whistle and call it. So now Hornets looking inside. It looks like Ryland Matowski might have grabbed him a little bit. I think they're going to call a foul, a shooting foul. Nope, they'll call it on the floor, so it'll just be a baseline play. As they inbound it, and it looks like we got a substitution. That is McKinley. Hogan McKinley checking back in. Checks in for Jacobson. Jacobson's just a sophomore, but playing like an upperclassman early part of this year.
And we see this night in and night out from Jacobson. Right. Just a young player, but a natural, confident player, always ready to play with the big boys.
And Brody Jeffers makes a nice drive using the left hand, but a little light touch. Couldn't put it down. And you'll have a substitution checking in for the Hornets. That's 23, Kobe Dyer. And a nice crowd turnout. Even Pellston making a decent drive. They're here, and good crowd here for the Snowbirds. As once again we have a doubleheader in action. Varsity girls up after this as they're undefeated. They're not quite undefeated. They'll be coming to the contest 5-2. Can't wait for that game to call later on tonight. But first, we still have 5:50 remaining in the second quarter as the Hornets put up a three, no good.
St. Mary's bench a little bit bigger today as we got some JV players up with no JV game. We have Cash Weissel, Sean Udell, Benjamin Cherry, and Cade Quick up. So we'll see if they can get some playing time in the later quarters.
Absolutely. We'll see if this lead is able to grow. And usually once you have a nice, comfortable lead, you kind of get some of those substitutions in and get some of those JVs, some varsity time. As McKinley, he misses from the corner three. Now the other way, quick ball movement by Pellston. They're looking around, can't find an open teammate. They've got a teammate on the perimeter inside now. That's Kobe Dyer. He's got a little jumper. That one falls after bouncing around a minute. Kobe Dyer's got some size to work with as he gets that one for two. So now Brody Jeffers kind of guarded closely in the corner. McKinley got it. Over to Bevel. Quickly, loosed in the corner. He's got Matowski, no good. He put his arms up, wanted a foul. He's not going to get one. The other way we go. Hornets, they get that one for two. That was Josh Grondin.
And that's a common theme tonight. We got somebody's got to play the refs. We might go to a break here.
And yeah, we'll quickly talking with our producer. We're going to go to a quick break, hear from some of our sponsors. We'll hear from Daniel right after this on Next Level Broadcast.
Brian Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Brendan Morris joined by Daniel Powers, Nick Wenzel, and so far in 1916 lead. Snowbirds still leading, but Pellston, they're kind of edging back. They've got a couple turnovers, and Daniel, before the break, you were kind of talking, kind of expand what you're seeing so far, and maybe even what you're seeing from the Hornets. They're good playing early on.
Both of these teams, I mean, we weren't expecting to be this close this far in the game. We were expecting kind of a St. Mary's blowout, but the Pellston Hornets showing that they're ready to play.
Right, so 4:30 remaining in the second quarter. It's just a three-point contest, and St. Mary's, some might have expected this just to be an easy blowout, but look, Pellston, they're coming in here a little chip on their shoulder. They're winless. They've had to cancel games due to sickness and numbers, and they're showing, hey, we want to come here and we want to play. We want to get our first conference win. So now Bevel, a little quick look over there, corner three by McKinley. Hogan, McKinley for 3.
We were talking about Jacobson too, another young player in Hogan McKinley, out here ready to play.
And it looks like we're going to have a, I couldn't quite see what the call was there, but either way it's going to be a turnover because St. Mary's will take possession.
And we've seen both teams here struggle with the calls, but sometimes as a coach you just say, hey, if it's consistent, then you got to play it. If the refs aren't calling, play more physical. If they are, you got to play more timid.
What a defensive stop there. Wow. Jack, smaller eyes with the steal, a heads-up play, and takes it all the way for 2. That's Jack Smallerson for the Hornets. He's got 4 points in this contest. 22-18 is the Snowbird lead. As Bevel has it, wants to set some offense up. Bevel just 2 points so far early in this contest. Jeffers, he's a little light from 3. That one doesn't even make the rim. It'll go the other way. Excuse me, Bevel's got 4 points in tonight's contest, but Brody Jeffers, he made on the seaboard count with 12 early on, and he's got 12 of the 22 points. And that shot, that was a little funky look, but he made it work. That was Leif Griffith. He's the leading scorer so far for the Hornets. He's got them in this closely contested game, just a 2-point contest. Bevel, and that one is blocked. Thought he had time, he did. Bevel, another look. He's gonna pump fake, good look. Brody Jeffers inside, pressure there and short. Jeffers can't get that one to fall either. By the way, Hornets have it. A little reverse, not gonna fall. So early on, you're seeing some struggles from here, the Snowbirds. What do you think, Nick? Do you think there's an upset brewing?
I think so. I think there's an upset coming.
Well, let's see. We're still early in the contest, but we've got noise made on both sides from the Hornets and from the Snowbirds. Is that foul called on, I believe, either Jeffers or...
It might have been Donovan coming from the back.
Yeah, I think I saw a 10. So Donovan loose from behind. I think they got him on the push. It's going to send Kobe Dyer to the line to shoot some free throws.
I'm not sure if it's on camera. Coach Jacobs not happy with the call, saying something to the ref. He's known to be a little bit vocal.
Right. I think it was a good call by the referees, evading just some frustration from Dale Jacob on sloppy defensively there, just not getting back in time and fouling.
I would agree it's a good call. And so far, there are about some good calls on the refs. Some missed. And if we need help with that, we'd go to Gaylord Eye Care Center.
Hey, I like it.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care Center wants to keep you at the top of your game. Trust your eyesight with a friendly, experienced staff with locations in Boyne City, Bel Air, Sheboygan, and in Gaylord.
That's Gaylord Eye Center, another great sponsor here on Next Level Broadcasting. Out of bounds, so Pellston will take possession. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 22-20. St. Mary's still with the lead. Pellston driving inside, corner three, that one no good. Hornets, they keep possession, no, they're gonna have an over the back rebound, good call there. As, that looks like number 23, Kobe Dyer, a little too close to the back of Jeffers, Jeffers was going for the rebound, and Dyer and Jeffers about the same size. He tried to jump over it. It's a pretty easy call. Also with fouls, both teams are in the bonus. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Bevel will bring it to Jeffers. Brody Jeffers to set up the offense. Looking around, he's got a corner look to Blues. Blues inside to Dylan Croft. Croft has got a double team he's dealing with.
We talked about the mental aspect of basketball, mentioning 80% in your eyes. And in a close game like this, St. Mary's has got to be ready. They've had Bel Air, Mansalona, both the past 2 games, not too close. So it's a whole different kind of ball game. When it's a close game, every play matters.
And yeah, speaking of close, that was a close call because they're going to call it a charge, which is a little surprising. I don't know if the feet were set, but Brock Taylor, he's hyped. Hornets are hyped. As they get the turnover, Brody Jeffers gets called for another foul, and Brody Jeffers a lot different from what we saw last week against Mansalona to this week. Seems a little frustrated early on, and that's going to be a turnover there by
nice
St.
interception
Mary's.
by Hogan McKinley.
So a steal the other way, no good, and Matowski trying to get the putback. He's fouled on the putback. So a lot of back and forth. Both these teams turning it over quite a bit. But Pellston, that foul is on Chris Dankert, number 4, the senior. So that'll send Riley Matowski, our junior, number 15, to the line. He's got 2 shots on the way.
Yeah, Brendan, what you're saying about Brody, he's a very passionate player. And when you get calls that don't go your way, it can be very easy to slip into that anger, that frustration. But as a team leader, you have to be able to check yourself, keep your composure, and play through it.
Absolutely, and second free throw, no good. So neither of them good for Matowski, but Snowbirds do get the rebound. Moving around the perimeter. Quick look by Blues, the 3, no good. But Dylan Croft, a nice rebound, put back. That one's good. Dylan Croft cleaning up the boards.
And I think I've mentioned it before on a broadcast, but the difference in Dylan Croft last year to this year is just crazy. Much more confident, more points. He's more ready to play this year.
So 24-20, the traveling violation called on the Hornets. 43 seconds remaining with it being a 4-point lead for the Snowbirds. Head coach Dale Jacob screaming out a call, and we'll see what Snowbirds have in store with just 30 seconds remaining. That shot up and good, no good by Matowski. He's got his arms up, wanting a foul, not getting it. So now Hornets the other way, left side, off the screen. Inside, Dylan Croft, yep, he's gonna get hit with the foul there. That's a reach in anytime. And
just a little too eager on Croft.
now with the bonus, they're gonna have a 1-and-1 opportunity. That'll send number 12, Josh Grondin. He'll be at the line for the Hornets. Trying to get this 2-point possession with this 1-and-1 opportunity.
The rebound picked up by Pellston.
Off the missed shot, Pellston has it under 20 seconds, 15 seconds and counting. Pump fake, shot is up, no good. Hornets with another rebound. A 3rd opportunity now. Time winding down, 5 seconds. Baseline. Foul called, that's on Donovan. Blues to his 2nd or even 3rd foul now on this contest, and that'll once again send the Hornets to the line with just 4.3 seconds remaining in this first half. That is number 20, Brock Taylor at the line shooting a 1-on-1 opportunity. First one up, that does fall. So now just a 3-point contest, 4 seconds left. We'll see if they make this, that'll give St. Mary's the time to quickly set up and chuck it across court. If not, and to get a quick rebound, see if they can get a shot up either way. 24-21 is the score. Shot is up. That one does fall. So that makes it, no. We're actually going to have a No basket, they're going to have a lane violation. Hornets just want some clarification on who had the lane violation. That was number 4. Chris Dankert with the lane violation. Quickly across the court, 2 seconds. Shot is up. And buzzer sound. So after 2 quarters of play, 24 to 21 is your St. Mary's Snowbird lead. And it's actually a lot closer, folks. We might have a game in store for us. Should be exciting as we go into halftime real quick to hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be back with your halftime report brought to you by J&J Construction. Up first, let's go to our sponsors here on Next Level Broadcast. All right, yep, we're going to get a couple of live reads in. We'll go back and forth. We'll send it to commercials again, and then we'll come back for the start of the second. Is that good?
Yeah, we might not send it back.
Okay, sounds
We
good.
might just stay right up.
We'll just take our time. I'll read through all of these.
Yeah, do the show and then just do a bunch of live reads.
Just don't send it back.
It's a close game.
So make sure you guys talk about kind of the sloppiness, but still their chance to make it better this second quarter. One of you talk offensively, one of you talk defensively. It doesn't matter who. Whoever goes first, then the other one just do the opposite.
I can do offense and I'll start with defense.
Does it tell you how much time?
So my beatboxing career here.
It's actually not better. Mine was horrific. Like a baby beep bop.
Baby beep-bop.
Yeah. Baby, I don't know why it's a beep bop. Beatbox.
Beep, beep, beep.
The very first one. All right. Everyone else is volleying good though.
Need a good chiropractor right about now.
What's that?
Need a good chiropractor right about now.
How many tries think you need to make a shot right here at that basket?
At least it
Good
does.
chiropractor or not?
I wouldn't even be able to get it there on the first 10.
Chiropractor.
I'd just be boom, boom, boom.
I think within 20.
And I wouldn't be able to have the girls here. I'd probably get one before highlights.
I need to get just like now.
End the second game early.
Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. I am Brendan Morris, joined by Daniel Powers, Nick Wenzel, with your halftime report. I want to thank J&J Construction being our halftime sponsor. J&J Construction, home renovation projects can be tricky, and oftentimes we get overwhelmed with trying to do it ourselves. That's where the pros of J&J come in. With years of experience, trust your building needs to J&J Construction. As we We begin the halftime show. 24-21 is the lead. Snowbirds, they're on top as we may have expected. However, not nearly the game we thought. I think, I'll be honest with you, going into this contest, I thought it might be a pretty one-sided affair. It is not. The Pellston Hornets, they're winless on the season, winless in the conference. They're coming in here with an MO to stop the Snowbird attack, and so far they've done a great job of pulling close. Offensively, break things down for me, Daniel. What are you seeing from the Snowbirds? What needs to change the second half? They're going to put more points on the board.
On the offensive end, again, we covered the sloppy play. You just see turnovers and turnovers, and that is every coach's worst nightmare, I think. They won't be happy. Practice the next day isn't great because you're usually going to run for those. And I think sometimes when you have a team like Pellston, if they're winless, you go into it kind of big-headed. You think, oh, it's going to be an easy game. We can relax a little bit. But you just never can do that. You got to play until you're proven wrong. Play like you're playing with the Pistons out there.
Absolutely. And also I want to shout out another one of our sponsors tonight, Golf Gaylord. Golf Gaylord in the 99 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan. And whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your old your slice, Golf Gaylord is your destination where you can browse a wide variety of items and get lessons from experienced staff. That's Golf Gaylord. Now, Nick Wenzel, can you break down defensive effort? What have you seen on the court so far defensively? And what do you think needs to happen defensively to make this a less tight game that we've seen in the first half?
Well, defensively, I think that, as, on the defensive side, we're just, there's a couple plays where we screw up, where we turn balls over. We just need to just get that back and, work harder and try not to turn the ball over as much and just keep working.
Yeah, turnovers, that's always going to be a struggle. If you're turning it over, the ball control's not there. Really sloppy play early on. Well, Dale Jacobs, he's, I'm sure, screaming about that in the locker room. Well, maybe not even screaming. Maybe Dale Jacobs is like politely talking. What do you think, Nick? Do you think Dale Jacobs saw smoking at halftime with some of the starters?
I would think so. I would think so. Right about now, he's probably in there saying, hey, what the heck's going on, guys? Come on now.
His face might be a little red, but hey, either way, I'm sure they'll clean things up. Like you said, defensiveness, they got to stop those turnovers. They never want to see a turnover game. As many turnovers as we've seen in this game. And it also just becomes an interesting battle with how quickly both teams are trying to move the ball, but how quickly they're just turning it over. If you can lead the turnover battle, I'm sure you might be able to lead this game. Daniel, kind of back to you. I want to ask you, what player has stood out for you for both Pellston and St. Mary's? Just give me one player you've liked the performance of so far for both teams.
For Pellston, I'm hearing Colby Dyer's name a lot, and kind of one of your one of your bigger guys, kind of playing up with Brody Jeffers. That's a big thing to have, especially a high school basketball game. He's got some size, he's got some height on him. That's going to be hard to cover in the paint, and if he's got any ball handling, then it's another threat outside. So if you got both of those, you can't do much.
There you go. And actually, Nick, I'll go to you real quick for the St. Mary's player that you've been impressed with so far in tonight's contest.
The player that I've been really impressed with is Brody Jeffers.
So
He's been doing really well. He's going hard to the hoop. He's staying hungry, staying physical, playing hard, aggressive basketball. That's what we like.
There we go. Once again, I want to thank J&J Construction, our halftime sponsor. J&J Construction home renovation projects can be tricky. Oftentimes we get overwhelmed trying to do it ourselves. That's where the pros at J&J come in. With years of experience, you can trust your building needs to J&J Construction. A minute 30 remaining in this contest. And hey, you know what? I've talked a little bit about some of our sponsors. Real quick, Danny, can you talk about Schultz Party Store, one of our many great sponsors here on Next Level Broadcasting, and giving Daniel a quick second to pull up his phone, because unlike most good unlike most good broadcasting hosts, I kind of just throw it on you and expect you to be ready. My bad, partner. Go ahead and tell us about Schultz Party Store.
All good, Brendan. Schultz Party Store, once again, Snowbird fans know that Ski Valley away games mean traveling north of I-75. Stopping your trip to Schultz's Marathon Party Store in Wolverine, fuel up on snacks, jerky, and all the other essentials for the trip.
All right, I think we covered a lot of stuff, guys, so that was pretty good. Now, I do want to quickly go over the leading scores for both sides. Our leading scorer for Pellston early on in this contest, Leith Griffith. He's got 10 points, and Josh Grondin's got a couple. Kobe Dyer's got 2. Jack Schmoller's he's got 4 as well for the Hornets. They're kind of mixing it up, but so far it looks like Leith Griffith has been their guy that they love driving in. That's number 5 you'll see him for the Hornets. And also for the Snowbirds, also mixing it up, you're seeing some scoring by Bevel. McKinley's got a 3. Dylan Cross has some inside looks. And so far, as Nick mentioned, the top scorer he likes, and he's still playing good, even though he's a little frustrated early on. Brody Jeffers, no matter what, it seems like this kid can put up baskets and lead your team in any way. But he's got 13 points. As we now get ready for third quarter action, the second half of this Ski Valley Conference matchup here at Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium. 24-21, the Hornets, they begin possession. And they've got it in the backcourt. So as we start this third quarter, that is number 12, Josh Grondin with possession. Corner look, nope, they're gonna drive it inside. That one rims out, looked like a good shot, but the other way, Jacobson goes with the Snowbirds.
And Brendan, you mentioned Brody getting a little frustrated, but I've seen that from all other players too. And I think that's a mark of a good player, because it's easy to play a good game when you're up by a bunch.
Absolutely.
The real talent comes in, the real attitude comes in when it's a close game, when you make mistakes. If you can play through it, that's going to make you a better player than easy games.
Absolutely, really good point. That's kind of what coaches love. Coaches love seeing the one-sided games where you can just put a bunch of points up and nothing seems to go wrong. But what coaches love even more is resilience in the face of some danger, some pressure, and some frustration.
I think Lions coach Dan Campbell calls that grit.
Right. Luckily, we're not biting kneecaps because this is high school basketball. Also, congratulations to the Lions beating the Packers last night. And a corner 3, good. That was number 23, Kobe Dyer, getting his first points of the second half.
And that'll tie up the game.
24 apiece, 6:57 and counting here in the third quarter. Corner 3 by Bevel, that one off. So now Pellston the other way, Dyer with it, right side. Dyer's got pressure, he don't care, he's going to the rim, no good. That second chance good by Dyer, back-to-back shots. Kobe Dyer, the senior leader on this Hornet offense, on this Hornet team. Brody Jeffers with it. And a lot of ball, but yeah, they're still gonna call some contact there. As Brody Jeffers is fouled by Kobe Dyer. That's gonna send Brody Jeffers to the line, and he's got 2 shots on the way, 26-24. The Hornets, they have one of the first leads of tonight's contest.
And that resilience, that grit really comes into the free throw aspect of things, because it's easy to get tired and lose your form, or get flustered and lose your form. Brody puts the first one in, showing off that grit. That's really loud out.
And first one falls there for Brody Jeffers. As, yeah, we're still trying to figure out some of the volume situation. I believe we're all good, but either way, I appreciate you listening to tonight's broadcast, watching along with us as Brody Jeffers ties it up, making both free throws. 26 apiece, 6:27 in the third quarter. Dylan Croft guarding closely, trying to move his feet. Defense gets past him, but no good on the shot. Brody Jeffers with the rebound the other way. Brody Jeffers in fast break transition. Oh.
When it gets stuck.
And that one, you don't see a lot, but it gets stuck right in the corner of the rim. You know, I've heard people say the conspiracy theories about magnetic rims, and you see that in the NBA, and they claim it's a magnetic rim. I don't think that was magnetic rim. That was just some interesting physics there by Brody Jeffers. So now St. Mary's will keep possession off the dead ball play, and off the foot, out of bounds. It'll remain with St. Mary's off the ball off the foot. And head coach for the Hornets, Nate Meinke, got to applaud his resilience and his team's atmosphere and feeling going into this contest. You know, Coach Meinke might have felt a little a little unsure of what his Hornets team could do on the road, but so far, Coach has got the Hornets playing well.
Yeah, I don't know what he said at halftime, but these boys are ready to play. Right off the bat, hustling, putting shots up.
Brody Jeffers, a nice look to Dylan Croft. He gets the easy 2 to fall. So Dylan Croft now with 7 points in tonight's contest. And the Hornets, they've got it baseline. Donovan Blues, and he gets himself a charge called. Earlier you saw the Hornets, they got really hyped when Brody Jeffers had a charge called against him. Well, Donovan Blues says, what can I do for you? Got a charge call for his team.
And oftentimes there's a risk there. There's risking that defensive foul.
Right, so played it well, had the feet set though. Now Jacobson over to Brody Jeffers inside. That's a nice look. Back-to-back baskets by Dylan Croft.
Gavin Bevel showing some excitement there as the Snowbirds get their lead back.
And now St. Mary's 30-26 is their lead. The Hornets with it. Looking around. Good tight defense right now on this possession by the Snowbirds. Croft on the defense. Ball's up, no good. Hornets.
Gavin Bevel coming down with the rebound. A lot of hands there. Good skill, takes a lot of skill to get that ball into you.
St. Mary's some quick passing down the court. That shot up and no good by Jeffers. Now the other way, some transition movement by the Hornets after both teams miss a pair of shots. And out of bounds, you see, you hear the referee announce it. It's going to be white ball, so Snowbirds, they take over. 4:21 in the third quarter, 30-26. This is Next Level Broadcasting as we have a doubleheader in action tonight. First doubleheader game, boys varsity, and second doubleheader game will be girls varsity directly after this game.
And Brendan, one of my favorite aspects of the St. Mary's team is their basketball IQ. These guys are playing smart. You saw them at the halftime trying to take advantage of the rules to keep the clock from starting, always looking to know where the right man is.
And knowing where the right man is, a good corner three there by Bevel, way to go. And with that three, we'll have a quick timeout. We'll hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be back on the other side of this 33-26 Snowbird lead in this Next Level Broadcasting. Start cheering. Pump, pump, pump it up. Pump that Hornet spirit up there. Yeah.
I think we have a little bit of bias here for the Birds.
The Birds.
The Birds.
Just tap me on the shoulder. Hello. Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Brendan Morris, Daniel Bowers, Nick Wenzel in the third quarter. Just under 4 minutes. The Snowbirds, they've got the lead. 33-26. Off the timeout, the Hornets have possession right side. Close defense by Jacobson. And a good rebound there. Defensive rebound by Brody Jeffers.
Looks like he drew the foul, too.
Also going to have a foul called on, I don't see the number, but either way, it looks like, yeah, number 5. And that looks like that's Laith Griffith, leading scorer leader, one of the leaders on this Hornet team.
Now the Hornets have taken their first half full court pressure back to just half court in this half.
Nice spin by Jacobson. Back to Jacobson. His three is up and good. What a shot, Daniel Jacobson for 3. Now a 10-point lead, 36-26, the largest lead of this contest for St. Mary's. That three-pointer up, no good by the Hornets. They get their own rebound. Not a whole lot of boxing out happening. Another rebound by the Hornets. This is their third, fourth shot. That one no good. Bevel can't get the rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds. So now St. Mary's will take over. And quickly down the court, defense is slacking by the Hornets.
Daniel Jacobson.
Daniel Jacobson makes them pay for the lackadaisical defense. What a shot. And now this is where the Snowbirds are so good. They're getting the momentum. Nick Wenzel, do you think the momentum's kind of shifted now?
I think it is.
All right, there we go. And excuse that. Yeah, I don't know. Like a little mic check there. All right, we're good. 39-26, 2:35 remaining in this third quarter. Real quick, we'll stick it here. I want to thank Golf Gaylord for being one of our many great sponsors tonight. Golf Gaylord and the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan. And whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your slice, Golf Gaylord is your destination where you can browse a wide variety of items, get lessons from their experienced staff. That is Golf Gaylord. And just seconds away from this timeout. I'll tell you what, guys, I think Daniel and I, we've got the headsets. Nick, you've got the microphone. And I about jumped out of my seat when you turned your mic on because we're sitting pretty close, maybe too close for comfort. So if you saw me jump there, Nick, that's what it was.
It's all right.
I jump easy. So now with St. Mary's with possession. That's Brody Jeffers with it. Cross court. He's got Bevel in the corner. Three's up. No good. And we do have a pretty loud gym tonight. Really kind of exciting atmosphere. That's always good when you got a loud crowd. That's what you want them here for.
I don't think quite as full as the Mansalona game as some of the alumni who are there.
Right.
It's going back to college, but we got our parents, our high school students, all showing up to support.
Yeah, so a lot of kids going back to college. So like you said, the alumni was here, really showed up. That Mansalona game was great. That was one of the games you thought would be like this, a close contest, but it wasn't. Let's just flat out say it. St. Mary's dominated from start to finish. It was not close. And one of the guys that you see with the ball right now, Brody Jeffers, he's the reason for it.
I think Pellston heard that and said, hey, if you're not going to give a game, I will.
Right. Well, Pellston, one of their latest.
Gavin Bevel with a beautiful shot.
And was that a 2 or 3? I had my head down.
Yeah, that was a 2, but it was a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook, I think.
I like the sky hook. Way to go. Baseline there for the Hornets. And that one falls. That's number 20. Brock Taylor gets 2 on the board.
Oh!
And that shot just
almost a third 3 for Jacobson. But it looks like we got.
What a play. Was that McKinley on that shot?
I'll be honest, I was looking at Jacobson, but.
That was not, actually.
What number did you see on that, Nick?
That was number 25 of Croft.
Dylan Croft. Again, hearing his name, stepping it up this year, stepped up this game. Just a confident player that we didn't see as much last year, and I'm glad to see him showing up now.
We do have some substitutions checking in. Looks like Riley Matowski checks in for Brody Jeffers. And Nick, what can you tell me about Snowbirds have been playing a decent amount of subs, getting some younger guys. And what do you like about that, being able to sub multiple different players throughout this kind of contest?
You know, I've seen, putting new guys in every couple of quarters, giving the guys that are out here playing their hearts out, the guys that are tired, give them a chance to rest on the bench a little bit and give them some water, maybe, get them hydrated and stuff, and then give the other guys that were sitting on the bench that were all energized and ready to go to put them out there and see what they can do.
Absolutely, and fair point, your good point there, getting hydrated. Hey, when you've got all your JV players able to play tonight, you might as well keep some of your star players hydrated and get a lot of different mixes in here. So now we're under a minute to play in the third quarter. It's 45-28. St. Mary's is dominating this quarter as they're on the defensive side of things. Pellston trying to throw up a quick 3, no good. And no box out, so they're able to get the rebound and take advantage of it. Sloppy play there. If you're not going to box out, you're not going to be expected to make a stop. one off the mark. The Hornets with it. They are in transition. 2-on-3, 2-on-4 that is. That's going to be a travel violation. Now Brody Jeffers back in real quick just to get him some hydration. That's Riley Matowski checks back out. 19 seconds and counting. That's Bevel with possession with a 15-point lead.
And Ryland's got to be careful. Just when he was in, he picked up, I think, his 3rd foul of the game.
And Bevel drives in. Bevel takes it himself. Way to go, Gavin Bevel for 2. And Gavin Bevel gets the shot before the quarter ends, put them up 47-30. This is now their largest lead, 17 points. We go into the 4th quarter. We'll hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be back on the other side of things here on Next Level Broadcasting. Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. I'm your host, Brendan Morse, joined by Daniel Powers, Nick Wenzel. And we are just about ready for the 4th quarter of action. Your Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds leading 47-30. In that 3rd quarter, really all dominance by the Snowbirds as they struggled the first 2 quarters to kind of put this Hornet team at bay. But after a great quarter, they're now dealing with a 17-point lead. As the Hornets have it off the timeout to begin the quarter.
Brody intercepting that pass there and taking it all the way coast to coast for a layup.
Yeah, Brody Jeffers not wasting any time. Gets a point in the first pair here in this 4th quarter. Brody Jeffers has almost 20 points now in the contest.
And Hogan McKinley will pick up that foul, reaching, getting a little too aggressive there.
And we got a substitution checking in. And we'll see the Hornets inbound, and that's a miscommunication call. Brody Jeffers, yeah, good call by good look by Brody Jeffers. He saw it all the way, clapping his hands as they get the turnover.
I was hoping Daniel get another 3 in there.
So Brody Jeffers, 16 points, bounces it out to Gavin Bevel.
Bevel from downtown.
That's the 2nd 3-pointer for Bevel. And Bevel's got 14 himself. Now the Hornets with it. Struggling, they're trying not to turn it over. Dealing with some tough defense right now by the Snowbirds. Driving inside, Hornets no good. But they get the rebound back, a shot up. That one's no good. Brody Jeffers across court. Gavin Bevel inside. Fearless 2. Gavin Bevel all the way for 2 points. What a play.
And after a close first half, St. Mary's finally woke up in that 3rd half. They are extending this lead. Daniel Jacobson with back-to-back 3s. Gavin going crazy with his usual amazing footwork.
And a nice pass, too, bouncing it outside. Some good footwork, good passing. Corner 3. Bevel for another 3. Gavin Bevel with not 1, not 2, but 3 threes in this contest. And 3 of them all in this 2nd half. Or sorry, 2 of them in the 2nd half. We got a loose
Hustle
ball.
play by Jacobson.
Brody back.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
The missed shot. The put back by Brody Jeffers. He had the beautiful behind the back pass. Missed shot by Bevel, but Brody Jeffers to put it back.
Brody with a steal right there, taking it once again.
And Jeffers, another look. So yeah, much needed timeout as, whoa, a clinic just got put on Nick. What'd you see there? I mean, a couple back-to-back shots by Jeffers, and this thing just got out of hand quickly.
You know, between those shots between Jeffers and Bevel, you know, that was really effective for our team. And it really helped out, and, you know, they're our 2 biggest helpers out there tonight.
I mean, it's just really impressive to be able to see Brody Jeffers and how much he can lead this team and how quickly, just like you saw in three or four possessions, he's able to put it up. But Bevel also, just the tandem they are.
And we're hearing Brody's name, but right there on that steal, that's because of all the trap. Brody and Gavin in sync, trapped right behind that half-court line, make another defender right there. Brody's able to get it out and go for the rim.
So we've got a 61-30 contest. We went from a tie game at one point, a lead by the Hornets, to now a 31-point lead by the Snowbirds in just a matter of a little over 7 minutes. A little over 10 minutes.
So now we're double their score.
Wow. So this one, 5:40 and counting here in the final quarter of play. Hornets trying to answer back, trying to chip away at this lead, which almost seems insurmountable by now. St. Mary's probably could take their time and just kind of slow things down. We'll see what Jeffers decides to do. He's kind of guiding the offense.
It looks like that's what they're doing, slowing things down. You can see after that steal, Donovan taking his time with that pass, setting the ball up.
Donovan Blues corner three, no good. Just over 5 minutes and counting. And a good look, a nice reverse that falls short. That's Brock Taylor. Kobe Dyer, no good.
And some more IQ shown by Brody, able to just think fast enough to knock that ball out on the Pellston side.
Speaking of Brock Taylor for the Hornets, he checks in now. And we have the full court press coming back for Pellston.
This late in the game, that's all you can do.
Right, you got to try and stop this scoring monsoon, but not able to. However, we do get a missed shot. We're going to have 2 shots off the foul. So 2 shots. We'll have Ryan Matowski at the line in 61-30. Just a nice pair of free throws here. You feel better about yourself. That one misses. Haven't had a whole lot of JV players playing in this contest. I'm curious if Dale Jacobs is going to try and get some subs here soon. He's got some of his JV players at the front of the bench. Hopefully we get them in soon as the second shot falls.
Yeah, in a close game, as your starters, your breaks get shorter. You're going in and out right away. But as they extended their lead, we can start to see some more guys come in.
Now a quick pass corner look. That one is good. Another three for Gavin Bevel. And I went from midway in this game thinking Brody Jeffers is our player of the game. It might be Bevel. We'll see. A nice 2-pointer there by the Hornets as they respond. That's Brock Taylor for 2. Gavin Bevel, Brody Jeffers. The pass that's intercepted the other way. 3-on-1, a foul call. That is Gavin Bevel gets called, and Brock Taylor was fouled going for a shot, so he will have 2 points. And Nick, tell me, what do you see? What do you think has attributed to this large lead now by the Snowbirds?
I think all the good shots that were being put up by both Gavin and Brody, being really physical out there and just giving it all they got and just leaving it out there on the court.
Thank you, Nick, as that first shot. No, that one falls.
And Brendan, on that third quarter, I think my favorite part was Daniel Jacobson really starting the momentum going with those back-to-back threes in a clutch moment. That takes some pressure, and he really answered to it.
Yeah, a lot of threes in the second half, and like you said, Jacobson to kind of get things started, and they have not looked back since. Brody Jeffers also had a couple back-to-back scores at the end of the third quarter, beginning of this fourth quarter. A couple missed shots there by the Hornets the other way. Transition game is then good by Jeffers. No shot, or no good on the shot. Now a 2-on-1 opportunity. Jump shot, that's short.
Both teams with players attempt to take it coast to coast.
Gavin Bevel, he's going to have defense closing in, so he won't shoot there, but he'll take it out. This is the 3. Now the Hornets the other way off of a couple missed shots by the Snowbirds. Pellston has it. Quick pull-up 3. That one no good, off the mark. we do, by the way, I mentioned a few minutes ago, not a whole lot of JV substitutions. We've got all substitutions, all JV players now in the contest. I believe the only non-JV member we still have on the court, that's Hogan McKinley, who's actually still a sophomore, but has been brought up on varsity. So right now, all JV members, Cashville High School, Sean Udell, Ben Cherry, Kate Quick, they're all into the contest. They're all in the contest. Also, number 20, Hunter Clapaldo, he's in as well. Hunter Clapaldo, number 20, he plays some time on JV and on varsity. A good young player that they look forward to having for many years. Actually, Clapaldo, he's a junior. My bad. I always thought he was a sophomore, but hey, he plays well either way. He plays like he should be on varsity. He's got a little extra time here. We do have a foul call, so probably a one-on-one opportunity. McKinley's going to go to the line. Hogan McKinley with the one-on-one opportunity. We'll put another score check for you, 65-33. We want to thank another sponsor, Gaylord Eye Center. Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Center wants to keep you at the top of your game. Trust your eyesight to the friendliness of your staff at Gaylord Eye Center with 4 locations in Bel Air, Point City, Sheboygan, and right here in Gaylord.
And as our starters take a break, we talk a lot about Brody's just scores, getting a lot of points in there. But Gavin Bevel, sometimes is an unsung hero. Assists, more dimes than my piggy bank.
I like it. I like it. So now we Snowbirds get the 1-and-1. McKinley, Hogan McKinley, he made one of those 2 shots. But now the other way, the Hornets have it. Corner 3, that shot no good, off the mark. The referee's going to quickly call or talk to 2 players, one member of the Hornets and one member of the Snowbirds. If there's a foul, it looks like Hogan McKinley called, and referee Tom Johnson wanted another extra word just to calm him down real quick. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this ball game. 66-33 score.
A lot of players on the ground after that.
So I believe they called a jump ball, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
We got a substitution checked in. Hornets, they've got the baseline play. They'll inbound it. And that's another foul. So now Hogan McKinley with yet another foul. That's a couple fouls there, but I saw the coaching staff kind of shake their heads, but they're going to keep him in there, let him play it out. I don't know if they're too worried about him fouling out because they can obviously just put in another player, but we'll see. And a quick corner shot, 3-point. That one falls. That's number 20 for the Hornets, Brock Taylor for 3. That was Clapaldo. Now over to McKinley.
Sean Udell with a 3. Oh, and it's just short.
Udell no good. The other way we go in transition. And that had that down. A little over the head of the teammate there, and that miscommunication is going to be a turnover. Now St. Mary's will take it over. 1:57, just under 2 minutes left in this ball game. 66-36, it's a 30-point lead for the Snowbirds. Another reminder, after this game, we'll take a quick break. We might keep this stream up, but then we'll transition to girls varsity as we have a doubleheader of Pellston girls come in to take on our St. Mary's girls team right after the conclusion of this contest. We have a 3-second violation by the Hornets, by the Snowbirds. So now the Hornets will take it the other way.
And I want to point out Hogan McKinley going from one of the lesser experienced players on the court to now the leader on the court, giving Sean Udell a word of advice, saying, hey, even that 3 don't go in, you still got to keep shooting, play confident. And as a coach, that's what I want to see. When these guys have a chance to get in, whether or not just getting some experience, put shots up, be bold with it.
And that shot no good, so we have a rebound there by Ben Cherry. So now Hogan McKinley with it. And Clapaldo, no good.
He did a little bit too much on that one, going over the rim. I just want to point out our cameraman, Johnny Burkhart, coming with a fly cowboy hat today.
Johnny Burkhart, I feel like every time he's come in here, he's been wearing something snazzy, and he's got the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat, looking good.
He's on the wrong end of the camera, I think.
I would say so. So now Hornets with it. Just over a minute. Quick shot there by Dyer. He makes it good too.
And with 1 minute left, even as the game, the score right now doesn't reflect the full game, as the Pellston Hornets put on a show tonight.
Right.
Those first 3 quarters was close. The camera couldn't see us, but I was standing up, jumping around out here. It was close till that, like half of the third quarter, where they lost it a little bit, but they came to play.
Yeah, like what you said, the score doesn't quite show the game that we saw. The first half was a very tightly contested game, tied up at times, and the Hornets, they just battled and battled. But then midway through that third quarter, throughout the third quarter, Brody Jefferson Company, Gavin Bevel, they came to life. They went on a scoring frenzy to now be up by 30 points, or just under 30 points now. And they have really dominated, haven't looked back, and yeah, they'll walk away with the victory tonight. We'll see if the Hornets can take a few points off that deficit. But either way, your Snowbirds are going to be victorious. Very dominant performance by not only Brody Jeffers, but also Gavin Bevel, who will be our player of the game. We'll have his final score tallied up for you in just moments. And right now, Hogan McKinley, he's just dribbling it out. They're going to kind of dribble things out. And Nick Wenzel, let me hear from you again. What have you been impressed with in this contest?
Well, been impressed with how we've been playing so far. Staying physical, like I said earlier. I'm impressed by all of our players out there, working together as a team, and they really show how aggressive they are, as a team. And as you see, they get on the floor, they play physical basketball, they get aggressive,
Absolutely. No, I like what you said. They play well as a team. They play physical basketball. As we have a 3-on-2 transition play. Dyer with a nice look. Dyer with another point, as he's been one of the leaders on this Hornet team. And that'll do it. 66-40 is your final score. Gaylord St. Mary's, they defend it. They're still undefeated in conference play. A big win here against the Hornets. And they stay alive once again. 66-40 is the score. 22 points by Gavin Bevel, one of the leaders. Also, Brody Jeffers dominated as well, as he had about 16, 18 points in this contest. Both players did phenomenal, but we're going to give the player of the game to Gavin Bevel, putting up those 22 points. A great job by the Snowbirds. Once again, final score 66-40. Nice job. Thank you for watching this first game where the Varsity Snowbirds are victorious. Their next matchup now will be against Onaway on the 10th. They'll get to rest until then. And until our next broadcast, we will take a moment. We'll step away, cut the broadcast.
Yeah, the audio was really jacked up. I was talking like I'm out of breath. I was talking as loud as I could. I don't know.
I think it was the game. The game was way up.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but there's a couple times I could hear me in his mic. He turned it on one time. I couldn't really
His game was very high.
Okay. But yeah, so something's got to be done with my volume. If I'm still too quiet, is there a way you can watch that? Close the broadcast done. Let's go back to this. No, it's not. Yeah,
Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. I'm your host, Brendan Morris. With tonight's contest, I want to thank Alex Powers, Daniel Powers, Nick Wenzel, and Johnny Burkhart, all helping the call tonight as the St. Mary's Lady Snowbirds, their girls varsity team, excited to welcome in the Pellston Lady Hornets, who are coming into this contest at 1-5. The Hornets, they have struggled in the Ski Valley. They've even struggled just to play games as they've had a few cancellations so far this season. And obviously they had to cancel their first meeting against the Snowbirds earlier this season. But for the Hornets, their latest loss coming from Mansalona, they lost 57-32. However, this Snowbirds team, they are dominant. Dominant might be an understatement. Although the record's only 5-2, they have won 5 straight off their first 2 out-of-conference losses. They are undefeated in Ski Valley play, and that's seemingly something that happens year in, year out from this quarterfinal team that St. Mary's has seen last year. They're dominant in Ski Valley early on this season. They have another Ski Valley opponent in the guys' game. Just to give you a quick recap if you hadn't seen it, a lot of sloppy play at the beginning, which had a close contest for this for the Hornets, the varsity guys team. It was really close at first, but then in the second half, Brody Jeffers, Gavin Bevel, they kind of pulled away and they just dominated the second half. So they ended up winning by a final score of 66-40. That was the varsity boys score. And they had an impressive game, though, just all around great shooting in the second half. And the girls, they expect a whole lot. Well, I'm assuming they want a lot of what they saw in the second half from the guys' team. A lot of good shots, a lot of quick shots, a lot of good quick passing as well. This Gaylord St. Mary's girls team is exactly the team that can do that. Caroline Gilling, Miriam Morrell, Peyton Glasby, Reese Thompson, Emery Blues, Macy Bevel, Emma McKinley, Cindy Grzinski, Eva Schultz, Kaylee Jeffers, Emma Glasby, and Alara Cook. That's your whole lineup for this Snowbirds team, and I would say about 6 of those names I just read off are going to be handling the rock a lot and being able to shoot it. One right now you can kind of see during warm-up right now. We've got about 3 minutes and counting. And just about over 3 minutes remaining in the warm-ups, but you just see some of the players. Ava Schultz was one of the players I was trying to point out. I'm not even sure she's in camera shot. Now that I'm looking at the camera, she's not even in the shot, but she's going to be one of the leaders to pull up from 3 for the Snowbirds. Really good performer there. Macy Bevel, we had Macy Bevel join us on the halftime show last week against Mansalona, and really great guard, Macy Bevel, much like her brother Gavin, kind of the leader in guard play. So that should be exciting. We will.
Her cousin Gavin.
Yeah, what's that?
Her cousin Gavin.
What did I say, brother?
Brother.
Oh, cousin Gavin. Yeah, my bad. And so, yeah, we're actually going to have Gavin Bevel on in this broadcast shortly. We'll have him during at some point in the first quarter or maybe just after it. Gavin Bevel was our player of the game, so we'll have him at some point. But we're going to go ahead and just before this game gets underway, we do prayer and national anthem. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors on Next Level Broadcasting, and we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, the cam cut. Johnny, is that on? Get on the camera.
And welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Just want to say apologies to some of the technical difficulties we're dealing with tonight, as we're just trying to double check our camera, our mic, as we try and get a couple things fixed out, get all the quirks worked out. We do have our tip-off just about underway now. Ava Schultz, she's getting the tip-off ready for the Snowbirds. And we've got action underway. Starting lineup for your Snowbirds: Macy Bevel, Emma McKinley, Sydney Grzinski, Ava Schultz, and Emma Glasby. As Macy Bevel, she begins quickly. First quarter underway. Macy Bevel gets the pass from Ava Schultz. Corner three, no good by McKinley. McKinley off the mark. That rebound by the Hornets. Hornets the other way now. In transition. Nice, tough defense by the Snowbirds. Macy Bevel with a steal left side. That one falls. And Macy Bevel, the first scorer of tonight, as she's on the board. And I'd like to welcome you to Next Level Broadcasting, as St. Mary's hosting the Pellston Hornets, who have just one win in this still relatively young season. However, your 5-2 Lady Snowbirds have been dominant in the past few games. Also want to let you know we will hear from Gavin Bevel at Gavin Bevel at some point in today's broadcast, as Gavin Bevel had a dominant performance, 22 points in the contest. And that shot was good by the Hornets. And the missed shot there by St. Mary's, but they do get the rebound. And basket's good. Second chance opportunity. That falls to Emma Glasby. And 4-3 is the young score early on, as the Hornets just had that three-pointer just a few minutes ago.
How's it sound?
And yeah, go ahead. Check your mic volume. Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Right.
What do you see early on? Or just kind of let me know what your expectations for this girls' contest against Pellston.
And we mentioned Macy Bevel, the cousin of Gavin Bevel. Hopefully she'll have a nice showing tonight too. Ava Schultz, another senior leader here. Good at using her height, working inside, and hopefully just a solid girls team as always, coached by Pat Schultz.
Now, I'll tell you what, the guard play by the Bevels have been phenomenal for both girls and boys teams, as the shot is good there. I missed by, didn't quite see who had made it. But either way, they're up 6-3 early on, as a nice shot. I'm going to say Grzinski looked like she was near that area. Foul called, and we are going to have Gavin Bevel on the broadcast now. So Gavin Bevel joining us now, 6:03 in the quarter. So Gavin, welcome into Next Level Broadcasting. Gavin, you are a senior, correct?
Yep. Senior.
Well, congratulations on a big win, 66-40. That was a great contest, and you lit it up that second half. Can you kind of walk me through what you were feeling, kind of feeling some mojo with those three? Just kind of walk me through what you felt went well for you tonight.
Yeah, we obviously didn't have a good first half, and in the locker room we were just talking we need to get DJ his shots, and I think they knew DJ could shoot, so it opened me up a little bit, and I've been able to shoot it the past few games, so it's good to get my confidence back going into the game tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, hey, I mean, you've done a great job at leading this offense, even if you're not doing all this scoring. Brody Jeffers obviously doing a great job at scoring, but yeah, you lit it up, and that's good that your confidence is back, because you got to be a confident player. You're one of the leaders on this Snowbird team as a senior, and expecting a lot of exciting things for you to come this year. Can you tell me what are some of the expectations for this team going throughout the rest of this 2023 season?
Yeah, we got a tough remaining schedule in the Ski Valley, and we're hoping to play all those teams close and hopefully come out with a victory in every one of them. But not only the conference, we got a tough district again, and then hopefully we can get into the regional. So we got a lot of goals, and hopefully if we keep playing quick and play fast and play like we can get there. So
absolutely, yeah, well said. And Gavin, can you just kind of tell me, what does it feel? I mean, so your cousin Macy, you two kind of play the same position. Is growing up, is it just like a lot of guard play in your family? You kind of used to that?
Yeah, one of my older cousins played college ball, and then my sister over there sitting in the stands played college ball. So point guards run in the family. I mean, we got cousins that came here a long time ago too, so it's runs in the family for sure, and we bounce off each other and just play well, you know.
Absolutely, I love it. And one more question for you. What do you love about your team?
I love how we're sharing the ball this year. I think it's a big part of us moving the ball quick, playing a high-tempo defense, and just making teams uncomfortable. And once we get them uncomfortable, we pass the ball quick and run in transition and score a lot of points.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Gavin Bevel on the broadcast. I appreciate your time, Gavin, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So 10-3 ball game right now, 4:30 in this first quarter as your Lady Snowbirds off to a good lead so far. We're going to have a baseline play. So now Macy Bevel with it. She's got 4 points so far. That pass tipped away. Macy Bevel, another quick shot, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Once again, thanks to Gavin Bevel on joining us for that. Good to hear from him. He was our player of the game, and he played up to it. And now joining back with us again, Daniel Powers. Daniel, what did you love from Bevel's performance in that guys' game we just saw?
Yeah, Gavin Bevel, always with some fancy footwork, some nice shots going up. But my favorite part is he likes to share the wealth. He will just get assists on assists on assists, and he's got eyes everywhere. He knows where everyone is. He knows where his teammates play, how they play, and he's ready to give them the ball.
So we have action there. It looks like it tipped out of bounds in Hornets. They'll take over possession. 12-3 is the score. Yeah, so far, Macy Bevel, the leading scorer for the Snowbirds with 6 points. Inbounds play here for the Hornets. And stolen Emma Glasby the other way. And that one out of bounds, saved by Miriam Morell.
And a similar girls team to the boys team with solid senior leadership with young players that were ready to come up.
And we were able to hear from a couple of the ladies during last week's game when the guys were playing Mansalona. We had, I believe, we had Macy Bevel with us, Sydney Grzinski, and Emma McKinley. They were up, and they just are really excited about their team they've seen early on. So a lot of great teamwork in this team, a really solid older group that has been used to playing a lot together. With the timeout we have right now, it's 12-3, St. Mary's with the lead. We're going to go ahead and hear from some of our sponsors.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
For the rest of the game, I think.
Okay.
Alex, do you need the headset?
I would prefer it. Yeah, no, this is fine for now. Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Brendan Morris, joined by Daniel Powers, Alex Powers, Nick Wenzel. We'll hear from Nick here shortly. And it's 12-3. St. Mary's with the lead. It's the first quarter, 4:10 remaining in this first quarter. As Pellston will inbound off the timeout. Off around, a little bit bouncing around, and now St. Mary's with another score by Macy Bevel. Macy Bevel, leading scorer early on this season. And now the Hornets with it. So Macy Bevel off the turnover. She'll slowly cross half court. We'll set up the offense of Pat Schultz. Screaming from the bench trying to set up their offense is McKinley's three-point, no good. McKinley, another good role player on this offense and on this team in general. As McKinley gets the rebound, she bounces it outside. Now Macy Bevel back up top.
And Emma Glasby putting in the work in the post position. That shot didn't go in, but she's always there, boxing out, using that size, and just able to put her will on other people in the post.
Right, yeah, there's putting four people around the perimeter and kind of letting Glasby just have some fun down there. She's kind of handling her own in the post so far early on. 14-3 lead. Out of bounds. It will move back over to St. Mary's possession. With 3 minutes remaining in this contest, we do have two substitutions checking in. It looks like Ava Schultz and Grzinski, Sydney Grzinski will both check in. I do have a quick timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. I actually want to hear from I want to thank some of our sponsors, and we'll start with Schultz Party Store. And one of our many great sponsors. I do want to just say thank you to all of our sponsors, but let's hear Schultz Party Store and Daniel Powers. He's our, I would say he's maybe our Schultz Party Store aficionado. I don't know how much time Daniel spends at Schultz Party Store, but he spends enough time there to know about it.
Oh, every week I'm there. I know all the Schultzes, know me by name, getting my beef jerky, my gas, everything at Schultz Party Store. And Snowbird fans know that the Ski Valley away games mean traveling north on I-75, and they can stop in on their trip to Schultz Marathon Party Store located in Wolverine and fuel up on snacks, jerky, and all the other essentials for the road trip.
That Schultz Party Store. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that read, and shout out to the Schultz family. And I also want to thank everyone, our family, that's joined with us right now. Daniel Powers, Alex Powers, Nick Wenzel, Johnny Burkhardt on the cans. Thank you to Charles for always able to put out all of this together, a hard-working man. And it is my pleasure to be able to host with you guys tonight, as we have had one exciting broadcast with the guys team. Now we have already an exciting broadcast with the girls team, up 14-3, under 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Snowbirds, they set up their offense. That's Grzinski. Grzinski gets it back inside, dumps it off to McKinley. McKinley looks to Ava Schultz. She goes cross court. Kaylee Jeffers in the ball game as well. And McKinley going to throw one up. She called bank, gets it for 3. What a play. Emma McKinley getting on the board. Her first shot and her first basket of the night is a three-pointer.
And Gavin Bevel at the interview was talking about how basketball goes in his family. And same with Sydney Grzinski, playing defense right now, number 20. Her sister broke the school record for three-pointers. So some big shoes to fill, but Sydney Grzinski is able to play her role on the team and do a good job filling those.
And now real quick, I want to go to Alex Powers, St. Mary's aficionado. You played on this. You played for Coach Jacobs, but talk to me about the girls' side of things. Obviously, when you played on the varsity boys, you still got to see all the success for the varsity girls. What is it about this team that makes them so special?
Well, the thing that makes the girls run almost year in and year out is their press, which they get it down to the T, and it takes several practices for opposing teams to just focus in on one game, and oftentimes they can't even do it then. So the press is what really drives this team and gives them all their success.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what you said. The press is obviously kind of what drives their success, and it takes other teams. When you're watching film, you can only do so much. Watching film against this press, it's a whole other thing to put it into fruition and stop it. But also, I think what makes this team run is not only the press, the fast pace they have, their transition offense, which is often really good. Missed shot there by Jeffers. So now up top, Grzinski with it. Over to McKinley. She's wide open. Not a whole lot of pressure outside by this Hornet defense. I'm not sure how much tape this Hornet defense has seen, but I don't know if they want to be lackadaisical on their closeout, because this St. Mary's team can shoot it.
And in a high school game, there's no shot clock. So if St. Mary's girls are going to wait outside, pass the ball around, Pellston Hornets are going to need to put some pressure on them right from the three-point line, maybe even a couple steps up.
Grzinski's three, no good. Hornets have been a little lucky so far with some of the missed shots by St. Mary's, but already a 17-3 lead, 15-point deficit.
Double dribble on Kaylee Jeffers down low.
Sorry, 14-point deficit, and followed by Kaylee Jeffers. That's her first personal. Team second, if I may assume.
And as Alex was pointing out, this press is just practice on practice on practice. They know what they're doing in every situation, and they're ready to put immense pressure on any team that comes their way.
So now a minute 19 remaining in this first quarter. Ava Schultz will inbound it for the Snowbirds.
And just like Schultz's Party Store provides jerky, gas, all your needs, Ava Schultz provides points, rebounds, everything that this team could ask for.
Does Ava Schultz have to work behind the counter at all, or does she get lucky with, since she's in school, she can focus on schoolwork and sports?
I'm not sure.
Jeffers with a good three there, as that puts them up by 17 now.
another family duo there. We got Gavin and Macy Bevel as cousins, and Brody Jeffers' younger sister, and Kaylee Jeffers.
Yeah, Jeffers, the Bevels, the Schultz, a lot of great family names here at inside Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium that has been here for decades. Ava Schultz, she makes it to the rim, misses the shot, but she will get fouled and go to the line. She's one of their aces from the free throw line.
And these families help to construct a program each and every year.
Absolutely.
And you know what else is good for construction?
Oh, I feel it coming. Let me know.
J&J Construction. Home renovation projects can be tricky, and oftentimes we get overwhelmed with trying to do it ourselves. That's where the pros of J&J come in with years of experience. Trust your building needs to J&J Construction. Another Jeffers family, or the same Jeffers family, but the other Jefferses.
I like that. I like that. So every family's got a business, but also a fantastic student athlete, it seems. So now McKinley bounces it off to Schultz, who missed her second free throw. She was good on the first. Emma McKinley, a little pump fake drive in. It's short, but rebounded by Glasby. Up top to Grzinski, a nice move, fake. Ball's loose.
Looks like Pellston's picking up on the defensive end. They're realizing what they have to do there.
So now the Hornets still just 3 points, just under 10 seconds. Clock counting down. Ava Schultz with it. Let's see if she can get one more shot off. And real quick, shot is up. No good, a little long. So after one quarter of play, 21-3, that is your Snowbird lead. We've still got your second quarter right after our Hello, welcome back. Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. I'm your host, Brendan Morris, joined by Daniel Powers, Alex Powers. We've got our man Johnny on the spot. He's running the camera. We'll hear from Nick Wenzel coming up here shortly. Also, just want to thank some of our sponsors. You heard from J&J Construction, Gaylord Eye Center. I want to thank Golf Gaylord as well. Gaylord in the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan, and whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or just want to fix your slice, Golf Gaylord is your destination. You can browse a wide variety of items and get lessons from their experienced staff. That is Golf Gaylord.
And after a close first half in the boys' game, the girls are taking notes from that and saying, we're not going to do that. We're going to start from the get-go, pedal to the metal, try to get all the points we can, and just right from the start, put the pressure on and keep going.
So that basket good by Scarlett Mang for the Hornets. And a quick three, good! That is Grzinski, Sydney Grzinski, putting up a three-pointer. She's got 5 points in the contest now. They lead 24-5. Quick three-pointer there, no good off the mark by the Hornets. Heads-up play by Emma McKinley to kind of box out, not allow the defense to sweep that ball. And possession now switches to the Snowbirds. Another three, Grzinski taking a heat check, that one off the mark. Now Macy Bevel up top. Inside to McKinley. McKinley back outside, pops it out. That one missed shot by Macy Bevel just under the rim, but she is quick to tip it away. Really heads-up play. Macy Bevel kind of has the so-so shot attempt, but then quickly gets back into defensive mode. Way to move her feet. That is showing some, really that just shows an upperclassman who knows what she's doing. As Macy Bevel, one of the lead seniors. Say Macy Bevel, McKinley, and Sydney Grzinski, and Ava Schultz, they are the 4 lead seniors on the Snowbirds team. They've been all together for, at least 4 years, maybe even 5.
Oh, more than that. Yeah,
they've been. I mean, they've been together since, childhood. Since they're all in the same grade.
Growing up together, and that's huge for chemistry when it comes to the basketball court.
But even just on varsity alone, they've all been together for so many years. Yes. I mean, the chemistry is off the charts. Macy Bevel backing that to defense. Grzinski, another heat check. That one, no good. It looked close.
Miriam taking the
Mary
ball down
Morrell,
with her.
yeah, she had some contact in there. She's smiling as she gets up after the contact. Nothing bothers her there. And we'll have a baseline inbound play. 24-5 is your score once again. St. Mary's with the dominating lead.
Miriam for 3.
And Morell's shot no good. Ava Schultz now. We'll see what she's got. Nope, she passes over to Grzinski. Back to Bevel, back to Grzinski. That shot no good. So a couple back-to-back misses for Grzinski. Maybe take another shot. I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving a couple heat checks. But at the same time, you got a lot of talented players. Want to kind of spread the wealth a little bit.
Yeah, talent, athleticism, but beyond that, these girls are conditioning all year. Before the season, they're putting in the work in the summer, and they're in the weight room, not just running, but strength training, and they're able to shoot these threes like it's nothing.
So, Alex, what can you tell me? I mean, obviously you know Alex, you know of Bevel, of Grzinski and McKinley, Schultz. You've seen them play for years. You even went to school with them, I'm sure, in your later years. What do you think? You've already kind of told what runs this team, but what do you think their mindset kind of goes into some of these games? What do you think is often on their minds and kind of drives them personally?
Well, they're always dialed in and tapped into what Coach Schultz wants them to do. When they're on the court, it's almost like they have one brain that works together, and they really are really disciplined, and it's just hard to stop. And as far as the individual players, I mean, they all take after their older sisters who have been awesome, and they all have, every time the same family has the same play style, but it always turns out to be some great players that helps the family or helps the Snowbirds along.
Right, yeah, and I can remember some Bevels and some Schultzes and whatnot when I was in high school, just about 6 years ago. It feels like forever. And yeah, there's a lot of the same names you see now. So a lot of family, a lot of good basketball players in this family, a lot of good athletes in general. And it seems, I like what you said, they all kind of almost think with one brain. And how terrifying would that to think of if they just all shared one brain? That's scary good. Now St. Mary's off the missed shot. Macy Bevel gets it back up top. She'll take her time, set things up. Macy Bevel, just a fantastic ball handler. And a little corner look. Jeffers, no good. Kaylee Jeffers had a wide open shot. I am shocked at how many wide open looks the Hornets are giving them. And a nice look inside by Macy Bevel, but that one a little off.
Yeah, Brendan, the St. Mary's girls are really good at catching them off guard here because they're focused on the other side of the court. They find the open girl, and they're going to pass the ball to them.
So now a wide open shot and another miss. And it does not seem like Pellston really cares if they want to shoot the three. At this point, they are making it clear they're going to let them shoot the three. Nice shot by Emma Glasby. I almost wonder if we've now had quite a few misses from the three-point range. I mean, still in a dominant lead, 28-5. Alex, do you think they're almost getting thrown off by being so wide open?
They gotta be. When you're playing in the game, you don't expect to be wide open like that. It's
Every
almost
shot.
like the NBA three-point contest
Right.
out here.
And Macy Bevel, she was fouled as an and one, so she'll have that and one opportunity, trying making it a three-point play. Yeah, it seems like it's an NBA three-point contest early on because a lot of three-pointers have gone up by St. Mary's, and not even half of them have gone in. But still, they find themselves in a dominant lead, 28-5, with 4:11 remaining in the second quarter.
And like we're talking about with the boys, it could also be partly to a case of the Mondays after not practicing, because we see Macy Bevel, Sydney Grzinski in other games just putting down threes like it's nothing.
Right. I mean, yeah, most of the time, three-point is their bread and butter. So.
And lucky for them in this game, it's not going to matter too much that they're not putting them in as much.
Right, yeah. Obviously, this Hornets team, they're struggling. They already got a really small bench. This Hornets team's only won one game. They've lost 5 now. It's tough. It might not be in the cards for the Hornets, but you never want to speak too soon, too early. But yeah, if you're St. Mary's, just being able to get the looks you want throughout this game kind of gives you a lot of time to to develop some routine in your shots. And if you missed a decent amount of them at first, that's all right. So 33-5 is the score. Before the shot, we got a foul. It looks like Macy Bevel is going to be called for her first personal. And no, actually, that was called on the Hornets. So, yeah, it was actually a foul on the ball handler for the Hornets. They got her with the forearm, it looks like, to Macy Bevel. So now the other way we go. Alex, you got something to say?
In games like these, it's really important for the Snowbirds and for the Hornets, really, that no matter what the score is, that the players act like they don't know what the score is.
Right.
That they follow what the coaches want them to do no matter what. And it can carry over momentum from this game to the next.
Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't say it better myself. You do not want to look at that scoreboard and think, oh, yeah, we know we're winning. No, well, we don't have to try. No. You want to always be on no matter what, because there's going to be games where they're missing it like they are right now, but there is a tight lead or a tight game. As Ava Schultz, she goes up for an easy transition too. But yeah, you just want to kind of keep on your game no matter what. Keep the same coaching style, play style, because there's going to be other games where it's going to be really tightly contested, and you're going to wish you didn't slack off. And not that they're slacking off, they surely don't slack off, and that's one of the good things about them is no matter what it is, no matter what team, they're always trying to improve themselves. And Ava Schultz back-to-back baskets.
Twice in a row, breaking up that pass and taking it all herself down to the end.
And we do have a timeout, and we could go ahead and send it to some of our sponsors. 37-5 is the score, 2:24 remaining in this quarter.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Brendan Morris joined by me, joined with Daniel Powers, Alex Powers, Nick Wenzel, Gianni Burkhardt on the camera. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes in this first half. 37-5 is the lead. St. Mary's dominating so far. A shot missed by the Hornets. The other way in transition, we have it. Emma McKinley, her three-pointer up, no good, off the mark. Emma McKinley, she's been a little quiet this game, but she does have that 1-3 that got people excited near the beginning of this quarter.
And St. Mary's putting in some more of their young players. Caroline Gilling and Emery Bloost, both getting some time now, getting ready for them to come up in the varsity.
That basket's good there by the Hornets. Looked like it could have been number 21, Scarlett Mang. And real quick, I want to bring in Nick Wenzel. What have you been impressed so far early? A 30-point lead for the Snowbirds. What have you liked, Nick?
Well, the thing I like is, how they work up and down the floor, working on their plays, moves, listening to coach and what coach has to say, just doing a very good job as a team, working hard, giving all their effort and just leaving it all out on the court. Yeah, well said, and I appreciate that analysis, Nick, and yeah, working hard on the court, doing what coach says. I like it, and with the 30-point lead, able to get some substitutions in. Looks like we've got number 0, it looks like a JV player, Carolyn Gilling, getting some playing time in for the Snowbirds as that 3 responds. That is
Peyton
number 3.
Glasby.
Peyton Glasby, another JV player. She gets in right in. She substitutes in, and she immediately gets a 3. Way to go. What a shot by Glasby. As that basket's good by Mang for the Hornets. Scarlett Mang, she's got 6 points. She leads this Hornet team. Another open 3. That one off the mark. So now Jeffers, she sets it up. Guarded by number 3, Brianna Willis.
Peyton cutting across the other side of the court.
So she went from right side. Let's go left side. A three-pointer good by Glasby. That's Peyton Glasby, the freshman. She's got 2 three-pointers in this contest under 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
It takes some good eyes to hit threes like that. Speaking of good eyes, Gaylord Eye Center, Vision Source, and Gaylord Eye Center wants to keep you at the top of your game. Trust your eyesight to the friendly and experienced staff at Gaylord Eye Care Center with 4 locations in Bel Air, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and right here in Gaylord.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And 5 seconds and counting. We'll see if they can get a shot up. It's 43-9. And that's going to be no shot. So 43-9 is the score at halftime. We'll have your halftime stats. We'll break that down in scoring and whatnot. But first, let's hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be back with our halftime show brought to you by J&J Construction. We'll be right back here on Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Are you sick and tired of monotonous family dinners? Then you need to call an audible and let BC Pizza take care of the rest. They've been the best source of handmade, hometown gourmet pizzas since 1988. And with over 30 locations, they're built to serve you. Their presence in each community has been second to none. BC Pizza has a wide variety of menu options, including salads, grinders, and of course, their famous pizza. BC Pizza, the best choice pizza.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Halftime show. I'm Pat O'Connor, joined by Charles Strail, Daniel Smith. It's a toss to Backlund, up the left side. Breaks one tackle, he's in! Enough. Chris Kashoniak looks up the middle to Cordy. It is complete. Great catch. Conrad Cordy. Nothing but green after the stiff arm. Touchdown Snowbirds. What a play. The snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. The kick is no good.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
And welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. I am your host, Brendan Morris. And as Daniel is tallying up the total scoring chart for this for the first half, Gaylord St. Mary's, their girls team, they're leading 43-9, dominant first half performance. We had a couple threes by a couple different girls that we'll get to here shortly, but I do first want to mention not a whole lot of defense by the Hornets. Not only just obviously some great offensive possessions by the Snowbirds, but also just almost blatantly not guarding the three. I think the Hornets are really wanting to challenge how legit this three-point team is for the Snowbirds. They have basically let them shoot it open time and time again. Real quick, I'll go to Alex. We were kind of talking about it. I mean, what do you think is going on in the Hornets' mind? Or do you think they just want to get a running clock and get out of here? Like, what do you think? Break that down, that first half performance by the Hornets and, well, by St. Mary's offensive scoring abilities.
I think the main goal with the Hornets' defense is to pack the paint so that, at the very least, they can't get free layups.
Right.
I mean, they're giving out a lot of free three-pointers, but there's a lot less chance that they make 100% of their threes than there would be that they make 100% of their layups. And so it's sound strategy. It's just equals a lot of open threes.
Right. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a really good point. Back the paint, and, yeah, you're going to have to defeat one of two evils. I mean, there are so many things that St. Mary's team does well, whether it's Macy Bevel driving in or Ava Schultz driving in, or McKinley and Grzinski out in the three line, or Schultz out on the three. A lot of different players. So speaking of scoring and how they've done it well, let's break it down with Daniel Powers. Break down the scoring. Who's the leading scorer so far for the Snowbirds?
Yeah, Macy Bevel leading the charge here with 12, but ultimately these girls are sharing the wealth with Peyton Glasby. Is that right? Yeah, Peyton Glasby with 6 points, Emma McKinley with 3, Sydney with 5, Ava Schultz 5, Kaylee 3, and Emma Glasby with 6. They're just passing the ball around, attacking it all points, and the Hornets aren't really able to defend it.
Right, yeah, and just 9 points in this first half for the Hornets. Scarlett Meng, she's got 6 of them. The leading scorer in Lane Irwin, she had a three-pointer to respond. This Pellston varsity team is, I say varsity, they don't have a single upperclassman on their team.
Wow.
That's not something we mentioned in the pregame, just because I honestly wasn't sure if they gave us the right roster. But no, that is correct. They have only freshmen and sophomores on this team. That is actually due to the fact, part of the reason they had to cancel some of the games, not even having enough to field a team at times. So that's really difficult. You got a really, really young team in the Hornets. So you still got to, like, applaud them for the effort they're putting up against one of the most experienced, one of the most veteran-capable teams in Northern Michigan. And although, it's already a one-sided affair, the Hornets, I mean, hey, not much you can do other than just keep playing.
Yeah, if you're a Hornets fan, you just got to keep your head up because there's going to be a lot of tough games these next few years, but it will pay off when these freshmen and sophomores become juniors and seniors and they've been playing together for years and years. They'll have a chance to put together a couple of great years, so they just got to keep their heads up.
Right, very fair point. There's a point in time where St. Mary's had some young players, and well, look how they're look where things are right now. It's not going to happen overnight. Maybe it takes years, but
and
either way.
If you need proof that rebuilds happen, look at the Lions this year. Spent a lot of time.
You know what?
Like this Pellston team.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, the Lions, they find a way to have a winning season, the first one in 5 years, and, well, they even beat the Packers in Lambeau on a cold, chilly January night.
Sending the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers, into retirement.
Yeah, and they still can't make the playoffs. I don't know. I mean, you know what, the Lions, it's the most Lions thing to have maybe one of the best seasons they've had in a couple days or a couple years, and they're still not good enough to make the playoffs.
We may be seeing the beginning of the brand new Hornets.
The brand new Pellston Hornets.
So I'm curious, you guys, real quick before we'll get back into this game. Dan Campbell, you think he's long-term now for the Lions?
Oh, definitely.
I think there was some question at first, but yeah, after this 9-8 season, I think so.
A rough patch in the middle of the season, but I mean, with just his leadership skills, his attitude, comparable, I'd say, to Coach O'Connell of St. Mary's. They have a lot of the same little isms of the phrasing.
All right, let's break that. Coach O'Connell. Explain Coach O'Connell, and what are some comparisons?
Well, I mean, you hear Dan Campbell talking about
biting kneecaps.
Biting kneecaps.
Almost like you took it right out of Coach O's mouth.
The praying mantis, spider of death, and calling him his players. And I remember Coach O'Connell one time telling me I missed a block in practice, and he looked at me and straight face yelled, "He just took your lunch money." And when you're getting yelled at and it's humorous, you can't laugh because then you get yelled at more.
Yeah, that means laughs typically if you laugh when the coach is saying something.
Either of you ever seen Dan Campbell and Coach O'Connell in the same room?
I have not.
That's a good point.
It's a very fair point. Now you're going to have me scouring the internet when I get home. So 43-9 is the score. I want to thank our halftime sponsor, J&J Construction. Home renovation projects can be tricky, and oftentimes we get overwhelmed with trying to do it ourselves. That's where the pros of J&J come in. With years of experience, you can trust your building needs to J&J Construction. So just over 30 seconds remaining in this halftime. Also want to thank yet another sponsor, Gaylord Eye Center, Vision Source, and Gaylord Eye Center Care want to keep you at the top of your game. Trust your eyesight to the friendly and experienced staff at Gaylord Eye Center with 4 locations, one in Bel Air, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and right here in Gaylord.
And you have a chance of seeing Alex Powers there.
Really? That's right. Alex Powers, one of
aspiring optometrist.
Gaylord Eye Center's finest. And I don't know if you can find him behind the desk or somewhere in that building, but either way, he's a part of that team.
I think a couple games ago we called him the Batman of optometry.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember the context.
I don't even know what that means.
I will be the first person you see if you have an appointment, and also catch me at the right time.
Nice. Catch me at the right time. How about that?
Oh, and the Batman reference is the fact that I'm a pre-tester by day and broadcaster by night.
Nice. The double life.
Not as much as crime fighting, but pays the bills.
Still in all black, just not as tight.
Now you say maybe the first person you see, but depending on how big your problem is at Eye Center, you might not see you.
And a big three-pointer there by the Snowbirds. And now they get the quick turnover as well.
Emma McKinley with a nice steal there. And immediately looks up the court to Macy Bevel.
No good by Bevel. Loose ball. Ava Schultz jumps on it. Up, tips it away. McKinley back with it. Now Grzinski over to Macy Bevel. Macy Bevel has a straight sight to the hoop. She missed it, but Emma Glasby there to clean it up. And Emma Glasby, she's been quiet, but in like a really good way because she's got 8 points now in this contest. A quiet 8, but she's been hitting the boards really well and played fantastic inside.
Yeah, when you play like Emma, you don't have to be loud. You know what you're doing. You're getting your rebounds, playing solid defense, and working inside. You mentioned they're 4-1 when Emma's in there, and she's just taking that whole middle to herself.
So 48-9 is the score. Macy Bevel setting up the offense. She goes over to Jeffers. Jeffers looks left side. Grzinski wide open. That's a missed 3. It's going to bounce off the top, out of bounds. It will now go to Hornet possession. As we do have a full JV squad, no JV games tonight. So like we saw on the boys team, maybe some extra substitution happening than you might typically see. And the Hornets just trying to make things respectable, trying to get on this board in the second half. Have yet to score. A quick shot, that one short, off the mark.
And going back to just how young this team is, it can be very tough to play these games. But like we talked about in the boys game, the mental aspect of basketball really kicks in.
And yeah, fair point. Mental is just one of those things. You can be as physically gifted as you want, but if you can't handle things mentally, that's going to affect your game. It's going to affect your team. And Nick, real quick, I just kind of want to hear your. You've watched Gaylord basketball for years, whether it's Gaylord Public, Gaylord St. Mary's. What has always been your favorite thing coming to Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium and playing the Snowbirds? Even if it's not on the court, what's just one of your favorite things coming here?
Well, one of my favorite things coming here is to watch my cousins perform out here on the court.
Who are your cousins? Shout them out for me.
Yep. Of course, we got number 12 of Emma McKinley. And then, of course, for the boys, we have number 13. He's also my cousin, Hogan McKinley.
Nice.
So that's one of the things I really like coming to watch is supporting them and coming here and seeing this beautiful gym.
Absolutely, Monsignor Kaminsky Gym, been in establishment for decades and really like a tight contest, but that might be some visiting teams might not love it how close everything is, but I'll tell you what, this might be my favorite gymnasium. I just love the close feel. Everyone's right here. It makes the action just feel different. So really great historical gym. 52-9 is the score right now off of the latest basket made by Ava Schultz.
In big games, this is one of the best gyms you can be at with standing room only. The sound is just insane.
Right. I
But,
mean,
with-
echoes off the walls.
Right. With the 52-9, the Snowbirds are now leading by more than 40 points, so we will get a running clock for the rest of the game.
Yep. Running clock typically happens, as you mentioned, after the 40-point mark. We'll have the Hornets at the free throw line to see if they can bring it back in within that 50.
And Alex, you had Coach Jacobs as a coach, and you've seen Pat Schultz all your time at St. Mary's. And then you got the opportunity to work with Ferris State's basketball program. How does their coaching styles compare? What's the same, what's different for these two schools to that college?
I think the through line between all of them is that you have to tap into the coach's game plan. And one of the things that I learned is that it really doesn't matter what system you run. Any system will work if it's run the best. So for players, it's more how well can you run the coach's system rather than which coach has the best system.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. And yeah, obviously the level changes drastically from Division IV, Division III high school basketball to college athletics. But at this
I doubt
time,
we're going to see an alley-oop dunk in this game.
yeah, I don't think so either, unless Macy Bevel grows a couple inches. I know Ava Schultz, she's a little closer there. Maybe she's got the height for it.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting. Your host, Brendan Morris, joined by Daniel Powers, Alex Powers, Nick Wenzel, and Johnny Burkhardt on the camera. Appreciate everyone for watching from home. I'm just glad that we're able to cover some good basketball tonight with St. Mary's having a doubleheader. The guys played earlier. They defeated the Pellston boys team 60-44, and they kind of ran away in the second half. Well, this game's midway through the third quarter, and it's already been a runaway 52-10 is the scores. Your Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds are dominating the very young Hornets team with 3:30 remaining in this third quarter, also on a running clock.
And fortunately for St. Mary's, and maybe unfortunately for other teams, St. Mary's has that senior leadership, but they are also loaded with those young players. Emery Bluest out there right now, Peyton Glasby, Kaylee Jeffers, they're all these legacy families, and they're ready to go next year as they take up the leadership of the senior role.
Legacy families, I like that.
Legacy families.
Sounds good. As Jeffers for three, she gets her second three of the night. Kaylee Jeffers is good. Now Hornets, they go the other way, sporting the all brown with the yellow and white stripes. St. Mary's obviously in that clean white blue outline uniform, the classic Snowbird uniforms, and they're on the defense now, tipped around, and St. Mary's goes the other way.
I think the Pellston guys team, they had all yellow jerseys.
Right.
I think I like these brown ones better.
You
What
like
about
that?
you?
Yeah, I would say the brown ones look they look pretty clean. The other way, left side, St. Mary, the Hornets have it, just kind of throwing something up. Hey, oh well, they miss it. The other way we go, 55-10.
Her feet got caught. She was avoiding a travel there, trying to get last second shot up.
And that three, no good, but a nice rebound inside. That rebound is by number 10. That's Emery Bluest getting some time in there.
They are going to call the travel on her, though.
And we got 5 substitutions for, so a whole new substitution checking in. And so obviously Macy Bevel, Emma McKinley, they're checking in. But then we got some JV members as well. Looks like number 2, Miriam Morrell, she's in there, still varsity member. But then Caroline Gilling and also number 33, Elira Cook, who spent some time on JV. They're all checking into the ball game with just under a minute 35 in this third quarter.
I think it'd be interesting to see the numbers from the three-point line for the Snowbirds tonight, because while they have hit a bunch of them, they have also missed quite a few.
Yeah,
and
look,
they've had a lot of open threes, so hopefully they can get that percentage up to 50% on the night.
I would say tonight might not be the night for shot percentages with most of the shots coming uncontested. It's kind of just been hey, are we feeling hot at this time, or have we got to work on a different shot? Because, yeah.
And with uncontested also means out of rhythm sometimes.
Right.
Nice shot by Macy Bevel right there.
Macy Bevel, she responds. She says, hey, did you just say something about the shooting percentage? I've got you. Quick shot there by the Hornets. No good. Macy Bevel working good offensively and now defensively. She's in transition. She gets to Elira Cook. Her shot miss. Short. Rebounded by the Hornets. 36 seconds and counting.
And Coach Pat Schultz, no matter how close or blown out the game is, he wants solid basketball. I've seen them win games and run afterwards.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, Coach Schultz is one of those, although it might be difficult at times from people seeing on the outside looking, or outside looking in, it might be like, oh, you're too hard on the players and you can't get anywhere coaching like that. What do you mean? He's gotten to so many quarterfinals. His team's playing at top of the conference. It works. You just got to be able to play for a coach like that. Like you kind of mentioned earlier, Alex, you got to play within the system. These ladies do it. 58-10. Third quarter just wrapped up. We'll go into the fourth quarter. Your final quarter of action. We'll be right back on Next Level Broadcasting. Hello, welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting, beginning the fourth quarter, and 58-10 is the lead. And Daniel, let's hear from Schultz Party Store.
Yeah, one more shout out. Snowbird fans know that the Ski Valley away games mean traveling north on I-75. Stop in on your trip to Schultz Marathon Party Store in Wolverine. Fuel up on snacks, jerky, and other essentials for the road trip.
Thank you, Daniel. And that missed shot there by the Hornets to begin the third quarter. Once again, 58-10 is the score. A dominating performance so far by the Snowbirds, and none other than Macy Bevel on the leading side of things early in this fourth quarter. She'll probably be our player of the game, but we got plenty more time, and we got a lot of substitutions checking in, a lot of players who typically play on JV getting some more varsity time with no JV game happening tonight. So we'll see a lot more substitutions, which is good for the St. Mary's team. And driving in, that's a good shot by Grzinski. Sydney Grzinski.
Showing off some athleticism there in the corner. Pulling that ball. A lot of players would have let that go out of bounds. She was able to snag it and bring it back in.
And now she's got the rebound on the other side. She comes back. In
nice
transition. That shot no good off the hands or off the mark by Peyton Glasby.
And with about 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game, this might be the only time in sports where 6 minutes left in the game actually means 6 minutes left in the game.
Right. Absolutely. As it is still a winding clock. In transition, 2-on-2 out of bounds. It was meant for Jeffers. Tipped by the Hornets. Didn't see what number. It's number 20, which we don't have a name for number 20 in the roster. But either way, yeah, so running clock now, just over 6 minutes. It's a 50-point ball game. 50-point differential, that is. As driving in, that was Jeffers who gets a foul called. Kaylee Jeffers will go to the line, and she'll get to shoot a pair of free throws. As we do have 5 ladies lined up right now at the scorers table, getting ready to check back in. Emma McKinley, Macy Bevel, looks like Elira Cook, Caroline Gilling, and also the number that's
Emma McKinley.
there we go. Yep, that's Miriam Morrell actually.
Oh,
There's
you
number
covered
2.
Emma.
Yeah. So we've got all the other ones checking in. Everyone coming in but Macy Bevel, who's coming in for the shooter, which is Jeffers. So Bevel will be able to come back in just a moment. But missed shot, so she'll have to wait. Jeffers taking a 3, no good.
Trying to get the last of her playing time before she subbed out.
How crazy would that have been if she was able to get 4 points in a free throw situation? And that shot up, off the mark by Lyra Cook.
Miriam kicks the ball out.
So now Miriam Morrell, she's bringing it back the other way. Jeffers with it. In the corner to Cook. Cook outside, bouncing it to McKinley. Quick passing. That shot is up. Miriam Morrell, no good. And Caroline Gilling got away with an over-the-back call there. And now Macy Bevel, she'll check in. High fives all around for Kaylee Jeffers. Kaylee Jeffers, 2 threes in tonight's contest. Obviously, Macy Bevel's got some threes. Emma McKinley has. Sydney Brzezinski. I mean, everybody hitting from the three-point line.
And a bit of a miscommunication maybe there on the inbounding for St. Mary's.
That three-point up, no good. And almost from the seated position, that shot is made. And
That's impressive.
Might be the highlight of the night.
Number 21, Scarlett Mang. Wow, that was impressive, as you said. And 4:05 and counting. Just under 4 minutes left in this ball game. 61-12.
A nice steal there on Pellston's end.
And Pellston kind of trying to work the transition game. They've got a couple of good looks, but still no luck. And, Pat Schultz, he's going to continuously sub ladies in. There's nothing wrong with that. We got 3 new faces back into the ball game. And that's a really good idea. I really like that coaching strategy by Schultz. Getting everyone you can, get as much playing time, and getting everyone so many different rotations as Emery Blues checks in Jeffers back into the ball game.
And how nice is it as a coach to have that many players, all athletic, all ready to go in at any time, whenever he needs
and
subs.
All able to kind of answer the call. I mean, it doesn't matter what age, grade they are. I experience on varsity, they're all kind of able to just hop in and play on that great system that Schultz has working for him. As we do have a turnover there over the double dribble, so 61-12, under 3 minutes and counting with this running clock. And that shot, no good.
And I think these St. Mary's girls always being ready, that comes from just years and years of program building. I mean, I can't remember the last time St. Mary's didn't have a good...
incoming.
Yeah, and you know what? Alex almost called it. I think just a little short bunny is what it ended up being, but maybe an alley-oop in the future there.
Use your imagination, Brendan.
And now the Hornets on the offensive side. They've struggled just to break this defense of the Snowbirds. That shot no good.
Too much.
So now just 2 minutes in counting. We do have a quick timeout called. Looks like Pat Schultz wants to call it in, set some stuff up, maybe even get a few more substitutions. And Pellston will also get a substitution checking in. So we'll keep it right here, hear from some of our sponsors. I want to thank Golf Gaylord. Golf Gaylord and the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan. Whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your slice, Golf Gaylord is your destination where you can browse a wide variety of items, get lessons from their experienced staff. That is Golf Gaylord. I want to shout out all of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, making everything possible. Once again, Alex kind of walked me through. Obviously, this is going to be most likely, or it is probably going to be a win for St. Mary's. I always feel bad for saying that, but I guess at the end it's just the truth. It is what it is. We can all see the score. Looking ahead, you got Central Lake and Joburg next for the girls. Do you see any struggles or any hiccups you could see potentially there?
Well, honestly, the Birds are known for kind of running the conference, and they'll definitely run into struggles because no team walks through a conference perfectly. I'd be surprised if they didn't come out of the conference undefeated with the team that I think most likely to give them a run for their money would probably be Bel Air.
Right.
It always comes down to either Bel Air or St. Mary's, and oftentimes it comes down to that later in the season in the regionals or regional finals or quarters.
Absolutely. So we get under the minute 30 mark. It's about a minute 20 and counting. Trying to get some of the subs for the Hornets to play. And with the ball right now, Kelly Hersha.
Nice
And,
steal.
they're hoping, trying to get her some points. That would be nice to see her on the board, as you heard a few fans cheering for her once she got the ball. We'll see if they try and get her another chance, because they got under a minute now. 63-12 is the score. Moving around. Ooh. And, not going to call a foul there. Jeffers gets smacked in the face. And basket's good by the Hornets, made by number 20, who we don't have a name for. Jeffers, she's going to go out of bounds or go off into the bench. She got hit pretty good. Got whacked. Hopefully she'll be all right. 41 seconds now and counting. This game just about wrapped up. 63-14.
Football score.
Football score,
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
And that clock will keep running with this score, as from start to finish, the St. Mary's girls just had a stranglehold in this team.
Technically, the Hornets were up 4-3, I believe, or 3-2.
Oh,
so not start to finish.
Good catch. Good catch.
And just a couple of shots, just trying to get her something going. Almost. Hey. One more. We'll see if she's got it. That's close. And
almost. And that will be
no banana. Hey,
no
that's
banana.
all right, though. 63-14 is your final score. Gaylord St. Mary's girls, they cruise to victory over the visiting Hornets of Pellston, but it was a great performance all around for the Snowbirds, although some missed shots. That kind of happens with the wide open looks. But real quick, gentlemen, I just want to hear each one of your quick analysis of tonight's game.
It was all Snowbirds all night, and thanks to those 22 of you who stuck around for the whole game.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? You guys gutted it out, and I
real
appreciate
MVP.
you listening. You guys are the real MVPs. And real quick, Daniel, for you before we close things out.
Yeah, like Alex said, all night it's been Snowbirds with the boys coming out of a close first half in their game and then really extending that lead in the end. St. Mary's girls cut the middleman and just said from the start, we're going to keep pedal to the metal, just keep going, and they did. So 2 good victories for the St. Mary's Snowbirds tonight.
Absolutely. Our player of the game, Macy Bevel, putting up 16 points in the contest, but it was a great game all around, a lot of great teamwork. And thank you to everyone for watching. This has been another edition of Next Level Broadcasting. Thank you to all of the help we've had tonight. Johnny Burkhardt on the camera, Nick Wenzel, Alex Powers, and Daniel Powers. Myself, Brendan Morris, wishing you a good night from Next Level Broadcasting.